This is a four-part poem called An Apology to Various Insects I Have Wronged Throughout My Childhood. Or, I used to be a dictator. Spiders. I have a superpower. I can shoot water from my fingers, but it only works in the shower. At my mercy, any insect approaching from the ground to just below nipple height, provided I did some creative maneuvering, they'd most likely end up circling the drain. Their only escape being the lip between the wall and the sink tub. In my mind's eye, I'd imagine what was under that lip. A cornucopia of arachnids and insects, each more disgusting than the next, each of them gnashing at the chance to disrupt my shower. Daddy Longlegs being the pawn of the enemy. There were always plenty of them. The worst thing about them is that they had long legs, which meant they'd hardly go down the drain after losing the fight, and I'd be forced to look upon my fallen enemy for the duration of my shower. Me, soldier for all that is just, protector of the family shower, shower protector man. I was never that imaginative. Doomed to forever fight spiders in the shower. That was the only possible use for my superpower, as I'd been told off for wasting the shampoo on the shower walls. Sorry, spiders. Ants. I used to roll you up into little balls and eat you. I don't know why I did it, I just remember that I did. Sorry, ants. Bees. When we were little, my sister and I set up a bee hospital in an old crayon box. It had an individual groove for each stick of colour, so they wouldn't all mix when you closed it. Each groove lined with facial tissues would be makeshift hospital beds, us the doctors, stethoscopes made of Q-tips, though thinking back, that's not how a stethoscope worked at all. We had frequent trips to the garden to see if any bees required medical attention. It turns out we were low on patience. So we began to stomp. We stomped on every damn buttercup in that garden. We jumped from spot to spot until every yellow and white flower had been absolutely flattened. See, bees are sneaky, and they'll sting you if you try to administer them. It was grass under them, we weren't hurting them, we were wearing shoes. So into the hospital, into a bed, each bee we'd admit before closing the lid and going back outside to find another bee to commit. We made armbands. I wish I was joking. We made armbands adorned with white paper, coloured in black and yellow with felt-tip pens. We were called in shortly after it was time for dinner. We closed the hospital and put it away in that little trunk that doubled as a seat. The thought of bees hardly went through my mind during that meal. We sat and ate rice, meat, and kidney beans that had been stewed. I, Bee Hitler, my sister next to me, gobbles up her food. Sorry, bees. Exeunt. I don't do any of that anymore. Crayon boxes are now exclusively for crayons, ants being reclassified as a non-food, and my superpower is now used to wash down the odd loose strand of pubic hair on the shower wall. I've learned about history. I've seen aerial footage of town squares being bombed while the inhabitants run like ants, children forced to run through minefields like spiders, and people getting carted off to concentration camps by the trainload like bees. Leave the genocide and war to the kids. I grew up. Why haven't you? Thank you.